Hey ladies, have you outgrown that version of you and you like evolved? Let's talk about it. Ladies, let me tell you something. I want us to reflect on that old version of ourselves. You know, that version of you that you just had to release. You know, it could have been in a job, your mindset, or just in your lifestyle in general. I know for me, there has been so many pockets and places and sections of my life where I felt like I've outgrown this. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want no parts of it. And you're just pretty much stuck in between who you were and who you becoming. It's not like you feel like you're better than others or you're better than a situation. We as people, I feel, this is just my opinion, we should grow. We should want to be better than what we were before. Just like you think about our parents want us to be better than them, you know, and have more than what they had. And you want your children to have more than what you have. So you strive for these different things, but trying to bring it back in to talk about yourself, you know, just feeling stuck and just feeling like you're just ready to move forward. Okay, let's talk about the first signs you've outgrown a season. Ladies, I hope you can relate. And if you do relate, please let me know. Leave it down in the comments. Find me on Instagram. Let me know, or even shoot me an email. I don't care. Just let me know if you can relate to this one. And if you do relate to this conversation, please hype the video. If you're watching on YouTube, thumbs up, all the things, so we can know that we relate here. Okay. So signs that you've outgrown a season. You just feel restless and you feel uninspired. That means it's time to move on. And I have so many different examples that I can give on my personal life where I felt uninspired, felt just stuck, just felt like restless, like you just feel just kind of like you flatlined a little bit. That could have been with my content here on YouTube. That could have been on my blog. That could have been in my life with my work, or just in my life as a woman, feeling like I'm not accomplishing things. You know, forget about all my hobbies and things that I have on the side. Just me as a woman. You feel like sometimes you can get sucked in of being, you know, a mother, a wife, a girlfriend, a daughter, a friend, and you feel like you just want to do more. It's time that you've outgrown that season. It's time to level up. That's just how I'm feeling. Okay. I don't know about you, but you let me know. Next one. Old habits that do not fit anymore. You might have been doing, scrapbooking. You might have been doing something, but you're like, you know what? I don't want to scrapbook anymore. I don't want to document this way. I might want to document another way. So let me tell you, for me, I was on Instagram. I was on TikTok. I don't be on them platforms anymore. I don't. Now, will I go back eventually? Maybe, but I may go back on a different realm. I don't want to feel obligated to do that. I feel like TikTok and Instagram is a hobby of mine. That's something I like to do, connect with others, meet women like me, like-minded, and just be sociable and be in the mix and be in the know and knowing what's going on. But I felt like I was using it in conjunction to a hobby that I love, which is YouTube and connection. But that was just something that was a little bit more for me. I don't know, something about short form content really grinds my gears. I can do it. Don't get me wrong. I can do it, but it just takes me out. So what I've done to kind of get me like a new habit I like to do to make me feel a little bit more alive, I started a Substack. I love my Substack. I love it. It's slowing me down, for one. Substack is slowing me down because my brain moves so fast, faster than I can even talk. Sometimes even having these conversations with you where I'm sitting here and I'm talking to you and we're just, you know, having dialogue. Well, I'm having dialogue. We're not doing it back and forth, but I'm sitting here and I'm talking, and sometimes my brain wants me to say something and I haven't even finished what I started. So I have to like slow down, but Substack allowed me to slow down. And if you want to come hang out with me on Substack, Yes, I'm gonna leave that link down below somewhere so you can in the show notes so you can come on over and hang out with your girl on Substack. Also over there, I'm sharing my journal entries that I've wrote years ago, about 4 years ago when I was healing from my father wound. I still have my moments. I'm still a human. I go through things, but I'm sharing things that I wrote down to help me heal my father wound. So if you want to come join me over there on Substack, you can see some of my journal entries. I've got about 9 up so far. So yeah, come on over, hang out with your girl. Next up, you crave peace over performance. Just like the rat race, doing the things, just to keep up with the old version of you. I.e., I'm going to go back to social media because I feel like that's the most relatable for this conversation. I used to want to keep up with social media, post. And I would envy the women who could post so much. And I was like, you know what? The flip note, I would hear those women say, oh, I envy the YouTube girlies because they can put that long form content out and YouTube, is where it's at. And I'm like, you know what? It's always the flip. Somebody envies something and somebody, envies the other. But I had to sit back and say, I was tired of performing. I was tired of doing the things to show up on Instagram and TikTok and things like that. I said, you know what, Kelly? I'm just going to go ahead and do what I do and what I love, which is YouTube. And then talking to like-minded women just like me who want to have good conversation, speak about life and speak about growth. And, no matter how old you are and where you are in life, you can start over and you can pivot and you can just clear your mindset to move forward, because we are always just becoming the best versions of ourselves. There's no right or wrong to this. You know what I mean? So evolving is so beautiful. To me, it is. Look at me. I done cut my hair off. I have cut my hair off. Your girl is running around here bald, okay? Having a good time, living her best life, and trying out red lipstick. Ooh, y'all. If you are watching on YouTube or if you're listening, go to my YouTube or go to my Instagram. I did share a picture. I don't share a lot on my Instagram, but I posted a picture of me with red lips on. Guys, I do not wear red lips, but I felt like it was so fitting for me to put a red lip on with my bald head now. But baby, I am loving this look. I am loving this look. We're going to talk more about that later, but let's move on. We may talk about it in a little bit. I don't know if we might bring it up now, but what is the beauty of evolution, like evolving? What is the beauty of it? It's like change as growth, not as lost. I had to write that down because I wanted to really dive deep into change is growth. It's not lost, because I know for me, look at me now. I'm pretty much changing. I'm changing in my content. I'm changing in myself. I'm changing as a woman. I'm changing as a mother. I'm changing as a daughter. I'm changing as a friend. I show up differently to all my friends because I can't treat all my friends the same. You know what I mean? Because all my friends aren't the same. But I look at it like going back to, say, my content here. I pretty much privated, deleted, unlisted over 2,000 videos. Somebody probably would have had a stroke behind all the work that they have done and seeing it now being quieted for change. And for me, it's not a loss. It's just a growth, because where we are today. Now, who knows? We may bring something back. We may slide something in there. I know I was thinking about doing something a little bit different to kind of reintroduce myself, because there's so many new ladies here. And some of you may not have known me from my beauty content or my vlogs or my natural hair. You just chimed in because you saw a video. You said, oh, I'm vibing with her. I like her vibe. She's me, But girl, we'll talk about that later too. But growth, we're going to look at change as growth, not as a loss. Okay? Keep that. Next is letting go without guilt. Baby. Oh man. Let me fix myself here. Sometimes we can feel like change and outgrowing certain versions of you. It's like you have to feel guilty because this is what you have been identified as for so long. And here you go changing. You feel you have to put out a disclaimer, or you feel you have to let somebody know why you did something. I've done it. So I know I've put out disclaimers. I'm saying what I'm doing. I don't just do it here on my platforms. I do it even in my life. And I had to sit back and say, Kelly, you don't have to put out the disclaimer. Just do what you want to do. Don't be asking no questions. Like when I want to cut my hair, right? I called two of my really good friends. I called my best friend and one of my really good close friends. And I was like, girl, I've been thinking about cutting my hair. I think I told you guys the story. For those of you who didn't, here, I'm gonna give a little short one. One of my friends was like, girl, go ahead. Your hair's already short. And my best friend, she was like, what are you going through? You okay to come catch a flight and come see you? And I was like, no, I'm good. But I guess me feeling scared and me looking for validation to do what I really wanted to do. I should just did what I wanted to do. You know what I mean? And then this popped out, You know how that go. Next up is connecting with the woman that you are becoming. Let me tell you something. Oh, I'm feeling so good at where I'm going. I was always second guessing myself. And yes, at this big age, you do it. You second guess yourself. You want to know if you're moving in the right direction, if you're being the right person, being the right friend, doing this, doing that. You can't be bogged down with that. You just show up how you are, do what you do, and just move into the next chapter of life. Y'all, I was talking to my friend and we're both turning 50. We are 2 months apart to date. She is April 23rd and I am June 23rd. And we're both turning 50. And we both talked about things that we want to do before 50, things that we want to do, once we get 50, things like that. We are so excited about turning 50. Like, other people, they'd be like, oh, I'm getting old, I'm getting this, I'm over the hill. I went to a comedy show with my cousins this 2 weekends ago. Maybe it was last weekend. And my younger cousins were like, wow, I cannot believe you're turning 50. And back in the day, 50 didn't look like this to us. That was like our great, like, I want to say, great aunts. Yeah. For me. And then for them, great aunts. For me, aunt. I don't even remember how to go time frame, because I'm older than them. So it might have been, but 50 did look totally different. I feel like back in the day, people wanted to look more older because older was more acceptable, especially like in the 50s and 60s and things like that. They wore more bigger hair. They wear big hair now, but more poofy hair, just that look. You know how that look went. Going back to reconnecting to the woman, or connecting with the woman that I'm becoming. How does she look? How does she dress? How does she talk? How does she walk? I'm not saying come to a whole new person, but how do you see yourself? And how do I see myself? Like, y'all, I was sitting back thinking, I just recently flipped my closets. Like, so the room that I'm in now, where I'm talking to you, I use that closet as my flip closet. So my summer, spring items, I put it in my walk-in closet in here. And then I put my fall, winter items in my closet in my bedroom. And I did my flip and I was like, I'm liking my fall, winter items. I think last year I really dived deep into the whole fall thing because, baby, I am a spring, summer girl. I love being warm. I love being hot. But girl, since this menopause is kicking in, windows be open, fans be flying, everything be going. Find me the first pill that's going to help me combat all of this. That's another day, another story. You see how we be bringing things in? But I just feel like how I'm becoming, I feel like this fall season and winter season, I'm liking how I'm showing up in the world. I'm liking how I can foresee myself show up come next year and how I want to be. And I might change. And that's the beauty of it. Even if how I see myself in, say, next 3 months, 6 months, I might say, I don't want that. It's okay to change. So don't feel that you're locked in. But I do want you to know that changing and evolving is a beautiful thing. And if you feel you've outgrown yourself in any way, change. It's okay. It is okay, because this is your life, your world and your bubble. Everybody else, everything else is components. And I'm not trying to say the job, the job is definitely what we need to survive in this world that we live in. But I know the economy is kind of a little wonky. The shutdown is over. I was affected by it, but it's over, and I can talk about it now. I didn't want to talk about it then. And I just will tell you that the shutdown definitely opened my eyes very wide. And it gave me a different perspective on how I need to position myself in this good workforce that we have here. Now, you could be in private, you could still get laid off. You could be in government and go through things like this. You can work on contracts. I work on grants. So you can still be in certain different situations where this whole thing can affect you. But the purpose of this conversation was to, if you feel that you are outgrowing yourself and you want to evolve in any way, shape, or form of your life, you can and you should. I'm here to pump you up, inspire you, and make you live the best life you can possibly live. Because I tell you one thing right now, I am embarking on a journey of my life where I am living my best life. I'm telling you. I'm doing it quietly. I'm not doing it loud. I don't feel it has to be displayed because it's me. It's not the world. But when we have these conversations and we can be one-on-one, you get the vibe, you get the gist, and I hope I can pour into you and you can understand to live your best life as well. Okay? So last but not least, how to embrace this new chapter. I got my little good handy dandy notes here. Find some daily rituals, routines that ground yourself while you're in this change. I know for me, I really want to get back into reading. I really feel like my life has been, not say all over the place, but by me getting a new job back in end of April, trying to learn that, learning the people I'm working with. I had some life changes that went on personally. The shutdown happened. I felt like I'm still trying to hold on to myself while things are going on. So I said, Kelly, what are some things that you really, really want to get back into that'll help you ground yourself? I really got to get back into really pouring into myself. I got to get back into the gym. I want to get back into reading. I have already, Kelly, get it out, eliminated my stroll time and my social media time, where I'm doing a social media detox. Will I be posting soon? Yes, because your girl is going away soon and you guys are coming along with me. And that's something that I want to share with you guys, because I want to show you why I booked this trip and how I want you to book things for yourself as well and do things for yourself. It doesn't have to be going on a trip, but doing things for yourself as you evolve into this next chapter. Do things for you. Okay? So booking trips, doing things, massages, alone time, reading books, self-care, self-love, therapy, all the different things. What are you going to do to ground yourself while you're going through this change? Because there's going to be some hiccups. So maybe you have to say, okay, I got to get in my corner, like right here, where we are right now. For those of you who are watching, this is my little cozy corner. I come in here and I have my blanket, I have my candles, and I will sit here and bring myself back. Yes, on the other side of this room is my day job, but I pretty much have a way to ground myself when I feel like things are getting a little bit too out of hand. In addition, celebrate your growth. Celebrate the change. When you start seeing a different thing, celebrate it. Let me tell you what I did. Normally, Kelly, I am such a homebody that it can be just disgusting at sometimes. I was cooking last Sunday, right? Sunday dinner, I was cooking. You know, I haven't made mac and cheese in a long time. So I said, let me get my mac and cheese back in order, see if I still got it, you know, because when you don't do something for a while, you can kind of forget. So I went and did that. I made a small thing of yams to kind of do a little test run. So I'm making my dinner, and a friend of mine called me and was like, hey, let's go listen to some R&B. And I was like, on a Sunday? I love good R&B. Oh my God. I mean, we talking about Blackstreet. We talking about Guy. I mean, we going back here. You know, we in the 90s. I was like, oh, then we had some new stuff too. And I was like, I just got finished cooking dinner. I was getting ready to sit down and eat. And they was like, well, I don't want to, you know, ruffle your day. I want to be spontaneous. And I wanted us to go and listen to some R&B. I said, spontaneous. I like that word. Give me 15 minutes. Because I was already like, I had some lounge clothes on, but I already had showered. I was ready, you know, just chill. I was like, you know what? Let's go. I put a baseball cap. I was in between cuts, you know. I put a baseball cap on. I put on a jean shirt, you know, denim in general, that's my go-to. I put on a denim shirt, tie a knot in it, had some cargo jeans on, and I put on my sneakers, some Asics, baby, some lip gloss, no makeup. Went listen to some R&B. Let me tell you something. Me and my friend, we had the best time ever. I felt like everybody was on the same vibe. You had some folks that was kind of dressed up or whatever, not dressed up like a suit and tie, but like they came out to put it on. They put some outfits on. But for the most part, everybody was in there nice and chill, laid back. Some had no makeup on. R&B. We had I had 2 drinks. And then my friend wound up buying a bottle of champagne. We sat there and sipped on that. We was dancing in our area. Like we had our own little section. It was such a vibe. Let me tell you something. Celebrate the growth. Do things that make you feel uncomfortable. And that was spontaneous for me. Normally, I like to plan things out. Certain things in my life, I can be a little type A, something I can be a little type B. But I would have never just done that on a whim like that. And I did it, and that was the best thing that I did. I had a good time, and I talk about it nonstop to people because I really, really enjoyed myself. And that's, again, evolving to the person that you want to become. Free-spirited, just out there having a good time. I'm not saying loosey-goosey, but it's having a good time. So, yes. But also celebrate your growth. I don't know if I tied that in, but I just was just having a good time with that conversation and with that moment. But before we wrap this up, I want to leave you with this. You're not losing yourself. You're meeting your higher self. And I want to share that with you because when I saw that quote, it made me feel and think of myself. As I'm getting older, as I'm aging gracefully, I am becoming my higher self. There's no right or wrong to this aging thing here. Or becoming who you are. Forget about age. Just becoming who you are at whatever age you are. Just pour into yourself, be kind to yourself, and give yourself grace while you're going through this, okay? So, in saying all of that, I will catch you in our next conversation.